So the Dallas Cowboys just franchise tagged running back Tony Pollard, man. And a lot of Cowboys fans got a lot to say about this situation, self-included, man. So I want to say this before we get started. All right. I like Tony Pollard. I love Tony Pollard, right? Think he's a phenomenal player, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal talent. I loved him when we drafted him out of the University of Memphis. But here we are, man. The Cowboys front office, I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. Nothing that they do makes sense, right? So here's my biggest frustration when it comes to Tony Pollard, right? For years, right? I started this channel in 2020, but for years, we've been talking about get Tony Pollard involved, get Tony Pollard involved, get Tony and Pollard involved, to the point, and I'll say this, y'all see the jersey back there, right? When Zeke decided to go to Cabo, though I wasn't really heavy on Twitter, though I didn't have a channel when Zeke went to Cabo and held out versus Dallas Cowboys, I was personally saying on Facebook, right? We don't need Zeke. Go out there with Tony Pollard and let him carve up. He is fully capable of carrying the load. But what did they do? Nah, they went and gave Zeke the contract, and we know how that story went. He came back on the flight and he returned to Dallas Cowboys, and they had a whole press conference with Zeke Who shirts and the whole circus. Y'all know how we do, right? But I feel like even back then was your chance to see what do you really have when it comes to Tony Pollard. Now, here we go to last season. We finally saw Tony Pollard start to get some reps, starting to get involved a lot more. Had his most productive season before the injury versus San Francisco 49ers. Here's why I'm frustrated. Why did we wait until Tony Pollard was in his contract year to finally get the full value out of Tony Pollard? We boosted up his price, and now we had to franchise tag him. And this is just my frustration when it comes to the Cowboys front office, how things are being ran, y'all. We are very reactive, not proactive. We don't never see things start to unfold and like, yo, we need to get on top of this early because it's going to cost us later down the road. We wait. Gave a scenario, right? A lot of people got credit cards. And what do some people do with credit cards? Some people, they charge on credit cards, they pay it off, right? Charged on credit cards, they paid off, so that way no interest builds up. The Cowboys don't do that when it comes to managing their talent in Dallas. They're like, know what? I ain't gonna pay it this month. I'm not gonna pay it next month, right? So that amount and that interest starts to build up until it's extremely high, and now they're on the phone with the credit card company talking about, yo, I need a payment plan. Can I defer this for another 5 months, right? That's what the Cowboys do. They wait till the last minute, they franchise tag players, and it really puts this team in a bond financially. Because here's what I'm saying. Tony Pollard, franchise tag, $10 million. We have Ezekiel Elliott, who is still on the books as of right now. So as of right now, your Dallas Cowboys have the highest allocation of their cap towards the running back position in the NFL. You got Tony Pollard at 10 mil. You got Zeke pretty much at 16. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, we're going to get rid of Zeke. We're going to get rid of Zeke, right? If you get rid of Zeke and you just cut him right now, today, Zeke, bye, you're gone. Appreciate your services, right? That is $11 million in dead cap money if you cut Zeke now. So essentially, what do you have? You have Tony Pollard at $10 million, and you have Zeke, who's not in a Dallas Cowboys uniform anymore, at $11 million. That's $21 million in cap space towards the Dallas Cowboys running back position. That's not even including Malik Davis and any rookies that you draft as well, right? Now, you can make Zeke a June 1st cut and kind of spread it out, right? You know, spread it out, and maybe only $5 million for this year for a cap hit, and then $5 million next year. So you have Tony Pollard at $10 million, Zeke at $5 million, right? $15 million for one running back. Then you got Malik Davis. Then maybe if you want to bring in a veteran guy, you got to pay there, right? So it's about, I hate to use Stephen Jones' own words against them, the pie, right? Now they'll sit back, they'll blame Dak Prescott for every little thing that's going wrong in Dallas and Dak's contract, this and that, right? Because once again, They didn't pay Dak when it was time to pay way back then, before Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, who had a 5-year extension, right? They didn't do that. They wait. They put it on a payment plan, and now that money is due. And they did the same thing when it comes to Ezekiel Elliott. So it puts the Cowboys in a bind where we're allocating way too much money to some of these positions to a point where we get stuck, right? So it's like, now we're in a situation, y'all. I'm at the point I might keep Ezekiel Elliott. And the reason why is, if I'm going to have to pay him $5 million, I'd much rather him talk down, restructure, or maybe take a pay cut to around $4 or $5 million and have him on my roster versus paying him $5 million, $7 million against the cap for him to be elsewhere. So we definitely got to keep our eye on that. So when it comes to Tony Pollard, do I want Tony Pollard in Dallas? Absolutely. But to be $1 billion company, why I never see no deals getting done? Why do I never see no deals getting done when it comes to the Dallas? You are $1 billion company, right? Why couldn't you got Tony Pollard signed? Why do you have to waste a franchise tag on Tony Pollard? We wasted one on Dalton Schultz last year, right? Because like I said on Twitter, and I kind of said this in tongue in cheek, right? Joking, but the Dallas Cowboys are that guy, and we all know that guy, who doesn't want to be with their girl, but they don't want nobody else to have. If I can't have you, nobody can, right? That's the Dallas Cowboys. Did they really want Dalton Schultz? Did they really think that Dalton Schultz was their long-term solution at the tight end position? No, but they tagged him because they were kind of worried. Like, what if he goes somewhere else and he turns up, and what if we can't replace him? What if, right? So they panicked and they tagged him, right? They're doing the same exact thing when it comes to Tony Pollard. Me personally, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys believe that Tony Pollard is the running back of their future. They're just saying, you know what, we got to do something, because if not, we're going to lose him. So let's just have him sitting right there. What the Cowboys are probably going to do is draft some of those phenomenal rookie running backs who we just saw at the combine, who we done numerous videos, maybe kind of sit them, and then next year you move on from Tony Pollard. Because remember this, $10 million the franchise tag, that's the floor next year when it comes to conversations if you want to get Tony Pollard under contract, right? You're not going to franchise tag him at 10 and sign him next year at 8 or 9. It don't work that way. It's going to be about 12 and up, right? 12 and up if his agent is smart, right? So you have $12 million next year, and you can have another 5 when it comes to Zeke, who could be playing for the Cardinals or somewhere. That's $17 million spent at the running back position for one running back. So I know Cowboys fans are frustrated when it comes to his front office. It just is what it is. I want to say this, Cowboys Nation, right now it's the off season. Take your mental breaks. A lot of people on this channel see me doing draft content because draft content is my escape from the Dallas Cowboys. We do a lot of content throughout the season. I'm traveling, live shows, all of that. Draft content gives me a way to get away from the Dallas Cowboys. I see DeAndre Hopkins videos. I see Jalen Ramsey videos and all. It's just too much, right? I'd rather just focus on football, and the draft gives me the opportunity to do so. But when it comes to this Tony Pollard franchise tag situation, once again, now there has been situations where the Dallas Cowboys has franchise tagged a player and worked out a deal. Dak Prescott, also DeMarcus Lawrence, but I highly doubt they're going to work out a deal when it comes to Tony Pollard. So what that means, you'll probably see Dalton Schultz move on, conversations about LVE moving on, and also Donovan Wilson. They'll blame that on Dak Prescott, but they're not going to blame it on the running back position, man. It's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. If you love draft content, I got that for you. We got more bangers coming this week, so definitely do not miss out, man. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, and Cowboys Nation stay encouraged, because it's going to be a long off season. Peace.